Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019. I'm going to go ahead and do an energy check-in for twin flames today. Let's go ahead and get started, see what we get. And the first card out of the gate is Jupiter. So, we all know Divine Masculine's been going through an awakening process. Some of them still kind of going through this dark night of the soul, but they are emerging, okay, into who they actually are. They're getting a lot of downloads from Source, a lot of messages, definitely dream communication I'm feeling. They're seeing the signs, they're getting triggered, right? They're really waking up to who they are, okay? A lot of them already know who they are. Right now, they are just kind of in the process of figuring out what they need to do next, okay? So, Divine Masculine coming in very, very strong today. And I do feel that some Divine Feminines have pulled back from the connection, okay, at this point. And this has really helped Divine Masculine, believe it or not. This has really helped him really wake up to who he is, because when you pull back, you know, it's like, oh, what the heck is happening? I'm not feeling her energy anymore, and it kind of triggers an awakening. So that's really good. Divine Masculine waking up into his power, right? I do feel, again, a lot of 5D communication going on right now. I do still feel that there is some shadow work that needs to be done for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine as well, but the 5D communication between the twins very, very strong right now. Okay, so that's telepathy, any sort of 5D communication like dreams, that sort of thing, song messages, signs, and things like that. I got a lot of song messages last weekend. It's pretty crazy. So this is definitely really ramped up right now, especially in preparation of this new moon coming up. I do feel, again, a lot of energies are going to be balanced out between the twins and within the twins themselves as well. So a lot of twins feeling really antsy. I would say antsy right now. Like Divine Feminine, not so much antsy for the connection, so to speak, more trying to figure out and plot her next move. Does that make sense? As far as mission goes, okay? So a lot of Divine Feminine stepping into mission, really exploring their horizons, kind of stepping out of their comfort zone, being adventurous, so to speak. Divine Masculine feeling the power to do that now in his 3D life, okay? So a lot of them have been stuck in these situations for a long time. They're finally breaking out of that. They're understanding that they've been stuck for too long and they need to move. Like I said, a lot of balance coming in for the twins here with this new moon in Libra coming up. So balance yourself within. There's a lot of imbalance still inside the twins themselves, not just with the connection. It's like both twins have been kind of teetering back and forth between two energies and need to balance those energies out, okay? And the Divine is coming in to assist with that. So listen to the messages that you're receiving. Make sure you're interpreting them correctly. So make sure that your observer is nice and clear to receive and interpret those messages, okay? Because a lot is happening with the twins right now, okay? Still a lot of ascension happening, going through transformations and that sort of thing, okay? So again, another twin flame card. So the twins, the pull and the energy between the twins very, very strong today. So you're probably going to be feeling the pull today, Divine Feminine. Just do your best to balance yourself out, okay? If you're feeling a pull in a certain area, you know, balance that out, figure out why you're feeling that, you know, that sort of thing. If you're feeling certain emotions that are not yours, okay, again, observe them, figure out what you need to do to clear that, okay? Because if it's coming from your twin, there's something that needs to be cleared. If it's coming from you, again, it needs to be cleared. So remember that you're always mirroring, okay? Pretty much all the time. Pretty much all the time. It may not seem like it, but you're mirroring in one way or another. All right, let's take a look at Divine Masculine, see what's going on in his space today. Highly appropriate. Highly appropriate. High Priestess at the forefront. Okay, so Divine Masculine, again, seeing his Divine Feminine kind of stepping up, doing her thing, you know, starting to understand who she is and what basically she means as far as he goes, right? What she means to him, right? So seeing this probably in his dreams, getting downloads from Source and following her light because he knows that she leads, okay? Because she does lead in the spiritual, right? And then once you become aligned within yourself in the spiritual realm, that's when the 3D union happens, right? Divine Feminine, very strong on Divine Masculine's mind today, at the forefront, okay? So again, you're probably going to be feeling that pull, okay? And the inner alignment is definitely happening here with Divine Masculine, okay? He's starting to pull it all together. He's starting to evaluate his emotions and why he feels the way that he feels. Anything in his life that's making him feel less than, he's trying to get rid of it, okay? So this is happening right now, all right? So Divine Feminine, you're probably going to be feeling this inside of yourself, that inner alignment, everything kind of coming together. Divine Masculine, still kind of not really quite sure how to make all of this happen in the 3D, but it's happening within, and that's the first step. That's the most important step, right? Because he's been stuck in these situations for such a long time, but he's finally making that decision. He knows what he wants and he knows what he needs to do, okay, in order to get here. All right, so Source is coming in and showing him the way, all right? And at first, you know, this body of water, this vast void seemed so impossible to cross, but now he's understanding that he can do it, and he can do it. He can do it. And that's another 3 card. All right, yes, you can, Divine Masculine. You've got this. All right, stand in your power. You know, observe the triggers that you receive and try to figure out how to move on. Right, Divine Masculine, sexual energy very high right now. Very high right now. Again, a lot of Divine Feminines probably feeling this from their counterpart. Here within the last week or so. I mean, it's been kind of ongoing, I think, for a lot of us. So try not to let it distract you, okay? But I do feel that some of you, again, will be getting communication very, very soon. It may be triggering, though. It may be triggering, okay? So just keep your eyes on the prize, okay, and make sure that you're not letting it trigger you. Also, Divine Masculine, again, opening up to more possibilities within his 3D life. I feel that there's something that he's been wanting to do, and he's finally made up his mind that he's going to do it, okay? He's very passionate about it. It's something that he's felt very blocked off. You know, or it's felt very blocked off from him for a long time, and he's finally made that decision that he's going to move forward and he's going to accomplish what he wants to accomplish in the 3D, okay? So a lot of them, this has to do with work. Some of it has to do with karmic situations, but I do feel a lot of this has to do with work and money and building that foundation, okay? Because these foundations that have been broken down, you know, they do need to be rebuilt, but he's trying to rebuild it better. And that's the lesson that he's learned from all these towers that have been happening to him, okay? But he's finally standing in his truth. He's understanding what the truth is, okay? He's been fighting it, but now he's understanding he needs to cut the crap from his life, okay? It does not serve him anymore. He wants to come forward. He wants to talk to his Divine Feminine. He wants to explain what's been happening. He wants to explain the signs that he's been getting. He also wants to explain what's been happening behind the scenes, because he understands that Divine Feminine, you know, has probably been seeing something else. So he wants to explain that. He wants to tell you the truth. He wants to tell you how he actually feels. You know, he doesn't want to hide his emotions anymore, because it just makes him feel like crap when he does that, okay? So I do feel, again, some communication coming in for some of the twins from Divine Masculine, okay? Be aware, again, it may trigger you, but just take it one step at a time, okay? Let him speak. If he needs to speak, let him say what he needs to say, okay? Just let him say it. Don't need to Queen of Swords him right out of the gate, okay? Alright. Alright, Divine Feminine. Oh, God, we got a lot for Divine Feminine today. Uh-oh. Oh! Hi, Priestess. Again. Alright, so Divine Feminine, again, understanding who she is, taking the information that she's received from Source, she's doing her healing, she's standing in her power, really doing a lot of work within, a lot of spiritual work, stepping into mission, feeling like, you know, she just knows who she is. She doesn't really fear anything anymore. She doesn't fear the tower. She doesn't fear the connection. She doesn't fear the unknown, you know. She doesn't fear any of that, because she understands she has the power to change her own destiny. She has everything she needs within. She can control herself, and she can keep herself balanced, right? 2 of Cups here, right? So she's also understanding this is divinely guided, right? And she's getting all of the information from Source, and she's using it to her betterment, okay? And she's also using it to help her through this journey and help get her through the hard parts of this connection, which can be very, very terrifying. Okay, so again, not fearing the towers, understanding that the towers are lessons, right? So I do fear, oh my goodness, I do feel, Freudian slip, I do feel that some of you are going to be getting some towers, but also this could represent that your masculine is going to come in and tell you about his towers. And you may be surprised, they may be actually the same kind of towers that you had. Okay, because a lot of times when Divine Masculine has towers, I know that Divine Feminine can feel it, and actually vice versa. And sometimes one tower and one twin will trigger another tower and another twin. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's always mirroring, okay? So if you are experiencing a tower right now, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Just trust in the divine. Trust that things are happening for you and that it is speeding up the process, believe it or not, okay? When you hit these towers, it's kind of like a wake-up call. It's like I'm shaking you awake, okay? Here's what you need to do next, right? So don't be afraid of that. Listen to Spirit. Listen to what Spirit is trying to tell you. And again, this again is representing to me that Divine Masculine is wanting to come in and talk to his Divine Feminine about everything that's been going on, okay? Because he knows that she's been feeling really left out in the cold, right? But he wants her to understand how important this connection actually is. He can't get rid of it. He knows he can't get rid of it. He feels it all the time, right? So that inner alignment is really working. It's bringing about that 3D union that everybody has been wanting, right? So it's coming together, guys. They're understanding. They're waking up to this, right? And you are feeling this, okay? You're feeling this. A lot of Divine Feminines have been feeling these awakening symptoms from their Divine Masculine, and it's been very difficult, right? But in the meantime, she's been trying to work on her own abundance, trying to figure out what her next move is, building up her own foundations here, you know, understanding that she has the power to manifest anything in her life that she wants. She's not listening to the naysayers. She's not listening to the doubters. She's not listening to that little voice in her head, right? She is listening to her inner knowing, to her spirit guides, and everything is falling into place for her, right? So she's ready to take the next step. A lot of you have been you know, kind of worried, kind of pulling back, but now you're ready. You're ready to move on. You're ready to take that next step, and it doesn't really matter what happens. You know that the divine has your back, okay? Because you've learned so much. You've learned so much. You've learned how to trust. You've learned how to surrender, and things are moving forward for you, okay? Learning that no matter what happens, she has the power to basically get rid of any blocks in her life that are there, okay? Because they're all illusion. It's all illusion, and she understands this, right? So nothing's going to hold her back. She's going to move forward. She's going to do her thing. She's taking up that wand, 3 of Wands, some mirroring again here. You know, she's sending out good vibes. She's sending out positivity. She's sending out love into the universe, and she's receiving it, okay? And Source is helping her do this, okay? And she understands that the power and the love comes from within. It doesn't come from without, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, right? Right? Still some stuff that needs to be wrapped up in the 3D though, with Divine Feminine, and that's okay. It's happening little by little. She's figuring it out. She's manifesting it, right? And the karmic situation is falling away, okay? It's like as she progresses through the journey, she energetically disconnects from the karmic situation. Those people, the situations, whatever it is, just kind of falls away too. Okay? So that's basically how it happens. Sometimes you can't force an end to a particular situation, so to speak, but you can energetically disconnect from it, and it will end eventually. It will resolve itself, right? So good news. Okay, let's get some messages from the counterparts today. Oh no, that's just too many. No way. Yep. Thank you. That's better. Okay. Still wanted to throw a bunch at me. Alright. Yep. You already know what's right for you. Okay? Your divine counterpart wants you to know that, you know, not to worry about this because you already know what's happening. You already know what to do, right? Because you're activating that third eye. You're activating that observer, right? You're getting the messages from Source and you're understanding what you need to do. And they're telling you they understand what they need to do now, okay? And so that's a really good step, right? Again, a lot of sexual energy today, okay? They are thinking about you. Just try not to let it distract you, okay? It's been pretty ongoing, I'd say, for probably the last couple of weeks, and all of you are probably feeling this. There's a huge uptick in sexual activity or sexual energy coming through between the twins. Okay, just remember to release the past, release fear. There's still a lot of past life karma that probably needs to be wrapped up, but it's happening little bit by little bit. Okay, you're freeing yourself from that. You're not worried about what's going to happen in the future. You're not worried about what's happened in the past. And your divine counterpart wants you to know that they're trying to release as well. Okay. For the longest time, they weren't understanding what was happening, but they are getting messages from Source. Source has come in and they have kind of showed them what they need to do. Okay, so just they're telling you that they're learning to trust. They're learning to trust themselves, and they're learning to trust the messages that they're receiving. Okay, and they are learning to surrender. All right, so in this separation, don't forget the separation does serve a purpose. You know, it is for healing. So just continue your healing. Your divine counterpart's trying to do that as well, and as you heal, they will heal as well. So just keep on with your healing, keep doing what you're doing. Everything is working the way that it should, and you've probably already seen progress in your own life, right? So they're starting to see progress in their life right now, okay? So it's all coming together, right? And they want you to know how much they miss the friendship between you. Those of you who aren't in communication, just know that your counterpart does miss you. They miss the talks, they miss flirting, they miss good times, whatever it was, they miss you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, they haven't forgotten about you. They can't. All right, let's get some messages from Source. That was really fast. Yeah, trust the plan. Trust the plan. All right, it's all coming together the way that it should. Okay, the divine has your back. All right, so don't worry about it. Stop worrying about it. Some of us still going through ascension right now, definitely. So you're probably still feeling a little bit of this. Some of us are emerging from this. I do feel I possibly am finished, because I was going through this period where I was just tired and drained and ridiculous all the time. But you know what? I'm feeling better. The last couple of days have gotten progressively better. So I do feel that some of you have reached this ascension, but some of you are still going through this, and there may be another one coming. Okay, so just open yourself up to it. It's going to be fine. So just remember that, again, the angels have your back, your spirit guides have your back, your spirit guides are protecting you, they are guiding this connection, okay? So if you need help, remember, you can ask for help, okay? There is nothing wrong with asking for help. They will help you. That's what they're here to do, okay? The angels and your guides are here to help you, okay? So don't be afraid to connect to them, all right? Some of you probably haven't even really connected to your spirit guides yet, or you don't know that you've connected to your spirit guides. I feel it's like you feel like something's helping you, but they haven't actually manifested themselves to you. So don't be afraid to reach out to them and say, hey, can you go ahead and manifest yourself to me now that I know kind of what's going on? If you ask, it will happen, okay? I do feel, again, a lot of shifts are happening, especially with this new moon coming up. Again, the end of this year, like the rest of this year is going to be very, very interesting. I do feel a lot of shifts are happening here. A lot of, like, not just with awakenings and ascensions, but just in general shifts in the timelines. Like, people are manifesting their own destiny here, and that's really, really good, okay? So just remember your inner balance. Remember to stay grounded. Remember to keep yourself in a high vibration, okay? So anything that comes your way, just open yourself up to love, and you will receive it, okay? So balance is coming. Balance is coming, all right? Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you stopping by. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you later. Bye-bye.